Hey guys, this is Tommy.
Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation
Politics.
Politics.
How's everyone doing today?
So, it's Monday, July 19th, a day at the beginning of the week, new beginnings. Time to start over. Turning over a better leaf or a worse, the choice is up to you. But, clearly, there clearly seems to be some kind of, concerted effort to make sure that the bandwagon mentality ensures that we pick and cheerlead two political parties over our country.
And just north in Florida, a man has become the first person sentenced in connection with the January 6th riot. NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams joins us now. Pete, you know, this is a big deal. Tell us more about who was sentenced today and what this could really mean for other people who are now facing similar charges.
This man is Paul Hodgkins from Florida. He came to the Capitol on January 6th, attended the rally near the White House, and then marched up to the Capitol, went inside and made his way to the Senate floor, as you see in this photograph that was widely distributed, carrying a big Trump 2020 flag. He's wearing goggles around his neck that he had on when he came into the Senate chamber. He was also carrying a backpack. He stayed in the Senate chamber for about 10 or 15 minutes and then left. Now, he did not engage in any violent behavior, the government says. He didn't damage any property. But nonetheless, prosecutors today asked a federal judge to sentence him to 18 months in prison. They said that would send a loud and clear message to other would-be rioters that if and when they're caught, they will face a serious sentence. So there won't be a next time, said one of the assistant U.S. attorneys in the hearing today.
It gets worse every day, guys. I'm not really saying this to chide AOC, but this is disappointing, and she's led us through an amazing journey of heartbreaks. Let's just put it that way. From the beginning, where she decided that she was going to be a democratic socialist. A democratic socialist, guys.
Critics roasting the news agency Reuters for, count 'em, 9 tweets about Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her selling T-shirts. They point out that it seems like Reuters was promoting the sales. One user tweeted this: "This is not news." Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer pointed out a socialist is using capitalism. Ocasio-Cortez with a snarky clapback with this tweet that transactions are not capitalism and the money goes to charitable efforts. Joe Concha, media and politics columnist for The Hill and Fox News contributor, with me now. Joe, What is this?
Well, it's interesting, right? If you put those tweets up again, if the control room can put that up, you see one of the tweets. There's literally megaphones next to one of the messages on it regarding tax the rich, right? And I'm wondering exactly, are we supposed to be looking at the Twitter account there, that one right there, the Twitter account of an objective, prominent international wire service? And another question, should Reuters be allowing the interns to be running a Twitter account with more than 23 million followers? It's more than the population of, I think,
Democratic
Florida.
Socialist. This Democratic Socialist, guys, she voted for Nancy Pelosi for House Speaker. She continuously slaps us in our face and denies her campaign charge to put Medicare for all on the floor. Her campaign. They're busy. They're no longer talking about Medicare for all, guys.
So as you said, Reuters tweets this news out 9 times, Harris, 9 times, and that's just about the best free advertising for one of the least effective members of Congress in terms of getting legislation passed that anybody can ever ask for. And look, ultimately, it depends on the letter next to one's name and the message being set as far as media coverage is concerned. In AOC's case, if the message is tax the rich or spend heavily on climate change, yay, we're going to not only tweet that out and give about the best advertising, as I said, that you could, but also cheer it on. And the irony of ironies, as Spicer pointed out, the Democratic Socialist is raising money in a positively capitalistic fashion.
Not a Green New Deal? Climate change, yes, but not in the way you would think. This is what this Democratic Socialist is doing. I saw this in Reuters today. This is literally the final insult, guys, as pertinent to the squad. And every single Democrat, partisan, just pay heed to this. It's now gotten so bad, the corruption, guys. I have no idea the bowels of which AOC. I don't even know how she's getting this money. Is she getting this money from you guys? So let me start with this story. We have the story in Reuters called. This is from Jason Lang, July 19th. Branding the U.S. left. Branding the U.S. left. She's branding the U.S. left. AOC makes a push into political merchandise. Yes. So I saw this neoliberals article, Jason Lang, and he says she's called for many great things. She's called for taxes, taxing the wealthy. She's called for taxing the wealthy. She's called for heavily fighting climate change. Are any of these things happening, or is she just calling for them? Is the window dressing the most important thing here, or are the results, is the outcome? Now, Jason Lang never mentions this in his article, but he does say this. He says, okay, well, guys, so let's just go from the beginning to the end. This is outrageous.
Ocasio-Cortez responding to the criticism by saying, quoting here, Republicans are freaking out because we don't use slave wage labor for merch that funds grassroots organizing. But what's the difference between Trump's merch and ours? Ours is made in the U.S. And for GOP, who joke that we should give shirts for free, we actually do, just volunteer. Carly Shimkus, member of the Fox News Headlines 24/7 crew, joins us now. Carly, it's always great to see you. Talk to you at the end of the show. You know, at least AOC didn't wear this sweatshirt into the French Laundry in Napa Valley, which wouldn't have got her a little bit more trouble, right? I mean, she could have done that. She didn't do that.
Am I the only person that didn't know what the French Laundry was until this week? But yeah, AOC's campaign now has its own store, so she's essentially a business owner. It is the official AOC shop. So working under a purely socialist system, she would take the profits from her store and distribute them evenly to everyone, even members of Congress that she doesn't like. But because this is America and under a capitalist system, she and her team got together, they brainstormed, they thought of gear that her supporters would like, and because every purchase is a campaign donation, she gets to benefit from that hard work, which sounds like a great system. A system that would create the most prosperous country in the world. And yes, it is ironic that she created a $58, originally the price tag I believe was $65, tax the rich sweatshirt. I could see it on a bunch of college students and having their parents be very surprised and horrified by the sweatshirt in which their young children are wearing.
So first of all, she's got these great, she's calling for the tax the wealthy, tax the wealthy. How's she doing this? She has teamed up with a Democrat machine, political merchandising machine called, what is this place called? Financial Innovations. Financial Innovations is quoted saying to AOC, this Democratic socialist, it's a sign that she's really trying to capitalize on her massive influence. Yes, so here's what she's doing. Here's what she's doing, guys. She's taking her tax the wealthy slogans. She's taking her climate change slogans. She's putting them on merchandise, sweatshirts. Sweatshirts, guys. This is what this Democratic socialist is doing, bro. She's political merchandising. This is hilarious. This is the state of our union, guys. We have a completely insane structure. The Democratic socialists are exercising capitalism. They're in bed with political merchandising firms. This Democratic socialist. Up is down, guys. So why? Why is she doing this? Well, she's taking all of your your donations, because, right, she doesn't take money from super PACs, right? So she's taking your money. And you know what she's doing? She's investing heavily in her online store. Oh my God. That's really progressive, AOC. Yes, okay, so Jason Lang concludes with this little tidbit of information. The amount she spent on her online store this quarter, and this is going to be, by the way, guys, this is disclosed to the Federal Election Commission. The amount she disclosed to them is more than any lawmaker has spent on their re-election efforts thus far, in any period. She blew all of your money on sweatshirts, guys, with her little tax the wealthy. This is literally the biggest joke I've ever encountered in my life. And people...
It's like this, it feels like moderate is not a stance, it's just an attitude toward life of
Well, don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel about incrementalism.
But here's the thing that upsets me is that we've become so cynical that we view or we view cynicism as an intellectually superior attitude. And we view ambition as youthful naivete. When we think about the greatest things we have ever accomplished as a society have been ambitious acts of vision. And the meh is like worship now for what? Like for what?
Are still cheering for the Democrats and Republicans when we're literally having these people who call themselves socialists exercise capitalism. Guys, you need to get educated about definitions and stuff. Because they're lying to you. Maybe you don't know, because you don't know what's going on. You don't understand words. But I would really urge everyone to be free-thinking, innovative, and open-minded. And mostly, I guess, go back to your English 1013 in college, and go back through that little composition book. Check out the thesaurus, too, while you're at it. But yes, guys, we need all hands on deck. Fifth robbery, Tommy Nation Politics.
Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics.